Although many judge Instagram for being anxiety-inducing, it remains a viable tool for the documentation of our lives. But celebrities have to often undergo social media training so that they know where the line lies when it comes to posting, something that's more relevant now than ever before. So which celebrities have had their photos deleted off Instagram over the years? And why was it necessary in the end? For all this and more, stay tuned. First up, we have Madonna, who recently criticized Instagram for censoring her. And for those of you who've been following Madonna over the years, this won't exactly take you by surprise. The singing icon has always been quite risque interactions after all, but since the Queen of Pop is now 63 years of age, she's decided to hit back at social media platforms that have censored her for being herself. It all happened a few days ago when she took to Instagram to post a couple of pictures from a photo shoot in which she wore some steamy black lingerie. This lingerie was, however, a bit more transparent than she might have thought at the time, and as such was removed by Instagram for violating the platform's terms and conditions of use. Not being one to quit, Madonna uploaded the image again, but this time captioning it with a statement showing that Instagram was clearly censoring her because the image showed her nipple. This time, however, the starlet used a red heart emoji to cover her nipple, ensuring that Instagram couldn't take it from her profile once more, and instead using it to spread awareness about how ridiculous the takedown policy of the social media platform is. In Madonna's own words, "It is still astounding to me that we live in a culture that allows every inch of a woman's body to be shown except a nipple." This would be the first time that Madonna has stood for Free the Nipple campaign, but Instagram wasn't having any of it. Next up is Joe Jonas, who clearly had some ill feelings towards Zayn Malik. They say that all is fair in love and war, but Joe Jonas wasn't in the mood for metaphoric statements when he discovered that Zayn Malik had somewhat stolen the love of his life at the time. For those of you who don't know, Jonas was dating Gigi Hadid before they decided to end things in 2015. Before this happened though, and while he was dating the popular model, he ended up posting a selfie of himself, Kanye West, and Zayn Malik, completing the post with the caption #squad. Suffice to say, things were looking pretty strong between the musicians, but then rumors started to circulate about Zayn Malik and Joe's former lover. These were just rumors though, which unfortunately led to Malik and Hadid actually getting together in an on and off relationship which lasted about 4 years, spanning from 2015 to 2019. And when Joe Jonas found out that his longtime friend had made the decision to start dating Hadid, the gloves were very much off. Just like that, the #squad post was deleted off the gram, with the friendship between Jonas and Malik fizzling out in no time at all. And while we understand where Joe was coming from, since you never go for a good friend's ex, he wasn't exactly forthcoming about how he felt about it all. The only reason we know that he didn't accept Malik's decision was with the eventual deletion of the post. He said it best by saying nothing at all. And then we have that ill-timed bikini photo of Kim Kardashian back in 2018. The world is a very strange place, and in the era of cancel culture, celebrities have to be extra careful when it comes to posting images of themselves. And while this often applies to photos that are somewhat offensive or political by nature, this sometimes bleeds over to bikini pics because of the context within which the photograph was posted. And when it really comes down to contextual deletions, there's none better than that of the 2018 Kim Kardashian fiasco. For those of you who missed out on this, it all happened when the Kardashian sister went on a tropical vacation in Turks and Caicos and ended up posting a picture of her in a bikini that showed off the incredible work she'd been doing in the gym. Funny enough, this resulted in a massive amount of backlash, with many calling Kim out for being insensitive. You see, the image was posted during the infamous Khloe Kardashian Tristan Thompson cheating scandal, with many believing that Kim should be supporting her sister rather than showing off her own body. A pretty strange thing for people to get mad about, but we suppose it's something that the Kardashians have somewhat created themselves by establishing the cult that is their following. Suffice to say, Kim quickly deleted the post because of this backlash. At least that's what we believe. The official story is that she didn't like the vibe on her page at the time, so she uploaded them later. Speaking of, Brody Jenner also found himself in some hot water on Instagram. As you all know, the Kardashians love creating drama in an effort to launch their reality television show to new levels of success. So when the stepbrother, Brody Jenner, didn't receive a +1 to her wedding, he couldn't help but throw shade at his sister on social media. Rather than talking to Kim about how this made him and his girlfriend feel at the time, he took to Instagram, where he posted a picture of himself and his now ex, Caitlyn Carter, at a friend's wedding. The picture was a good one, no doubt about it, but it was the caption that really turned some heads and placed him in some pretty hot water with the family. You see, the post was captioned as, "Look at Caitlyn Carter, and I finally get to go to a wedding together." It's a statement that didn't exactly stand out to those who didn't know the reasoning behind it, but Kim and her followers knew precisely what Brody was referring to, and put him under an extreme amount of pressure that caused him to eventually eventually delete it from his profile. Essentially, Brody had absolutely no right to dictate who Kim could or could not invite to her wedding, despite how often she might walk down the aisle. And as it turns out, she was right in not wanting Caitlyn Carter in all of her wedding pictures, with Brody and Caitlyn breaking up just a short time later. Either way, this deletion will forever be remembered. Scott Disick also had an accident that resulted in the deletion of a post though. Although he's one of the most beloved cast members on Keeping Up with the Kardashians, Scott Disick is apparently not one of the smartest. For those of you who don't know, each cast member has a pretty intensive social media following, and for that reason, get given some lucrative sponsorship deals that allow them to cash in by making a post. On one occasion, Disick was approached by Butia, a company that made a name for themselves by selling high-profile protein shakes for the masses. And while Scott was supposed to post a picture of himself drinking the shake on Instagram and then explaining a bit about the product, he clearly misunderstood the mandate. Instead, he posted a picture of himself and captioned it with the list of instructions that the company sent to him. It was clear from this post that Disick didn't really care for the product and was obviously just making the post to earn some extra cash. Something that his fans didn't really appreciate, considering how it was them that he was lying to in the first place. The man didn't even care enough to read the instructions before trying to capitalize on his fans after all. Suffice to say, the solid backlash resulted in Disick deleting the post and then replacing it with another. This time he followed the instructions though. Lastly, we have the unfortunate deletion of the Swift-Harris relationship. It's a question we always have to ask ourselves when it comes to the end of a relationship. Do we delete the photographs of our ex-partners or let them live online for the rest of our lives? Well, when Taylor Swift started dating Tom Hiddleston back in 2016, she made the decision to remove all pictures of her and her ex, Calvin Harris, from her Instagram. Whether this was something that the Loki actor asked for or a way for Swift to show that she was over Harris, we have no idea, but the act actually resulted in quite a bit of talk within the industry. And funny enough, it also saw a response from Calvin Harris, who went on to remove every photograph of Taylor from his Instagram profile as well. It was a moment that was blown out of proportion, especially amongst the fan bases of the distinguished musicians who clearly just wanted to move on to greener pastures. And move on they did, apparently. There you have it. Some of the top time celebrity photos were deleted off Instagram, and the reasoning behind them. What do you think about the censorship of the Queen of Pop though? And which was your favorite removal? Be sure to let us know in the comments section down below.